Buona Pasqua, benvenute nella mia cucina. Welcome to my kitchen and a happy Easter. Today we're going to make Pizzaigain, and I can't do it with these rabbit ears on, so I'm going to take them off so I can show you exactly what we're going to do. Pizzaigain is an Italian tradition dish that's served at Easter time, and it is a layering of Italian deli meats and put into a crust with eggs and cheese and baked in the oven. And it's quite delicious and it's very good. And I'm going to show you how to make it. It's really very easy. I've already started some of the process so that we don't have too long of a video. So you can find out all the information on my website at www.inthekitchenwithpeter.com. So right now I'm going to lower this down a little bit so I can show you what we're doing. I've already made the crust, and it's a very simple crust that's made with flour, Crisco, egg, water, salt, baking powder, and coarse black pepper that I make in the food processor. And it comes out beautiful. It's very easy to do. Now what I do is I do spray the pan lightly with a little bit of cooking spray so that it doesn't stick, just in the event that it should leak, which you hope it never does. The layering is done first. What you want to do, we're making an 8 by 8, and with an 8 by 8 we are going to use 8 eggs that have been mixed with grated cheese. We have about 2 cups of shredded mozzarella, and instead of using the basket cheese, which is very difficult for some people to get, you can get it in an Italian specialty store, and if you're lucky enough to be near a Wegmans, they have it. But this is farmer's cheese, and it's a little bit more salty than the fresh cheese, but it's very, very good, and it works well inside this dish. And then, of course, you have the meats. So you have you can use any combination of meat that you choose, and I have salami, Genoa salami, pepperoni, supersad, pepper ham, and capicola. So the pepper ham gives you that little bit of spice that you need in there. It kind of tastes really good. So what you want to do is you want to take your meat and you just want to layer it in the bottom of starting in the bottom. Now some people chop this up and put it in, but I like to do it in layers. And then I start with that, and then you do the next one, which would be your supersad, if you decide to use that. Remember not to add any salt to anything because this is all very salty. Then take your pepper ham, place that in there, nice. And you don't have to be too neat, but you don't have to cover it exactly, but you want to have it, pretty uniform. And then of course you have your capicola, which you put in there, nice. Of course I had this all set up for you, but it's not easy when you don't have a technician. Then you just layer it in. You layer this on, and some pepperoni, which I like very much. And I get the slicing pepperoni because you can have it sliced thin when you have it sliced, and it goes a lot further. The chunk, the long pepperoni just doesn't make it because it's just too hard. So you want to use this and layer that into your dish. And you just want to use one slice. You don't want to do more than one piece together. And I did have them separated, but it didn't work. Okay, press it down a little bit to make it even. Take a little bit of your cheese and just crumble it up around there. And you're going to divide this into 3 sections. So you're going to have to kind of eye it out and divide it into 3. Okay? Get a dish towel. I'm going to go over here and get a towel so I can wipe my hands so I look presentable. Okay? Then you're going to put some cheese. Not too much, And then you're going to use 1/3 of your egg mixture. Pour that on. It's about a scoop and a half. Now what I like to do is I like to make sure that this is all smoothed out. So you can use a spatula, which really does work a lot better. Excuse me, I'm back. A little offset spatula so you don't get any pockets. And just smooth it out so that it gets in there nice. Okay? And then you're going to start the process all over again. Got your salami. Got your super salt here. Pepper ham. There's no really rhyme or reason to how you put it in. Just put it in any way that it fits nicely. Put some super salt in there. And if you run out, it's not the end of the world. Now, I did make one yesterday, so you need about anywhere from 1/4 to 3/4 of a pound of meat per pan this size. So I did make a full one yesterday, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's cut in a second. Okay, put that in there, and then you're going to put your pepperoni on top of that again. So you have your 4 or 5 meats. You can use 4, you can use 5, you can use 3, whatever you think the family would like. But the more the better, it could taste better that way. So put some more of that in there, some more of this in here, and this in there. I remember having this as a child. My grandmother used to make pans that were huge and put them in the pantry. The pantry was so big, and it had it even had a window in it. And in that pantry on the shelf were these Pizzaigains, that the pans were like the restaurant size, that went out to all her friends and family. So it was interesting to see. Wipe your hands again, because this cheese kind of sticks on your hands. And then you want to put some more of that in there, which is really good. Take some more of your egg mixture. Put that on top. Put that in there like this. Spread it out again so that you don't get what would be considered a pocket. And I'll show you with the sliced one in a second. Okay? See how that looks on there? Put that on there. Now just use up what you have left. I've got some super salt left. I have some pepper ham. I'm going to use this all up now. Put that on there. There's no rhyme or reason to it. So don't feel like you have to follow a rule. There's no rules. And then put some more pepperoni on top. And like I said, no salt in the egg mixture, because this has got plenty of salt in it. So you really don't need it. Put your pepperoni on to use it up. Okay, put that on there. Finish that up. Put another layer of cheese. Spread that out. Wipe your hands. Put some more of this on top. Put the rest of your egg mixture on top. Spread that out nice and nice. And it's nice to have a little, if you get a little chunk of cheese that's a little bigger over there, some of it's gonna melt too, so it'll still be good. And then you know what? Take the rest of your pepperoni or whatever you have left, put it on the top. It's not gonna hurt. Some people take this and chop it all up and mix it in with cheese and egg and ricotta and all that and mix it in. That's a pizza rustica. Kind of the same thing, only it's a different texture when you go to cut it. So here you have a nice layered piece, okay? So there's your finished product. Takes no time at all to do. See? Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your top crust, and I'm going to show you that. I happen to have mine all ready here, and you'll see how nice it's just really, really nice. It's a nice dough. No yeast. It's a non-yeast dough. Get out. Get your Martha rolling pin. That's what Martha recommends. Turn it halfway. Now you're doing a square here, so you don't really want to make this round. But you'll see how it goes, because I happen to have this nice square pan that I'm using. So take it, make sure that it's all no holes. You don't want any holes in it. See it? Oh, it's just a beautiful dough. Okay, get up in your. You can pick it up nicely in your hand. Put it over the top. Important thing is to seal this closed. Make sure that this is not going to open. And what I like to do, so that you don't have a lot of dough, take the scissors and cut it so it's kind of even around. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to take it from underneath and make sure you get that underneath. Okay? You'll see it. And just roll it. Just roll it. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it along. That's to make sure that you've sealed this puppy really, really good. Because that's nothing worse than having this break. And then you have this egg running out all over the stove. And it just doesn't look nice. Close it up. Okay. Now you're not putting any slits in this, so don't put any slits in this, okay? Now, here's what we're going to do. Take an egg. Beat that puppy up nice. Make sure it's beat up good. Okay, take that and get your if I had an assistant, this would be a lot easier. Pastry brush, and just brush it on. Give it a little egg wash. It'll help in the browning of it. Nice and nice. See? Okay, that's what you have. So here's what you have. This beautiful pie ready to go in the oven. Look how nice, huh? Okay, so we're going to put this into a 350-degree oven. It's going to go into 350-degree oven for 1 hour. Then you're going to turn it down to 300 and you're going to put it in there for another 30 minutes. And just check it, make sure it doesn't get too brown. But that should be the perfect timing. And I'll show you the one that I made last night. So hold on, folks. Okay, now here's what we have from that we made last night. Okay, you can see the layers of cheese in here, the layers of meat and all. You do get this, you do sometimes get this little air pocket up top, but you really don't want to make a hole in there to let the air out, because then you have to run the risk of your egg running out. And you know, I remember I got this recipe from my Aunt Josie, and I had said to her one time, well, how about if I put slits? Oh no, God forbid, don't put no slits in the top. What are you, crazy? So we don't put no slits in the top. But anyway, so that's what you're going to wind up with. And you can then slice it. And now I like it cold. Some people like it warm. Some people like it room temperature. But I like it cold because it almost tastes like you're eating a sandwich. So that's what we have now. That one's in the oven. It's going to cook for the next hour and a half. And I wish you all a very, very happy Easter. And thank you for watching. And I do hope to have more of these for you in the future.